Welcome back. We're going to go over a quick video here of the Greg Reese report. He's going to break some things down for us. But the main point I want to cover today is why isn't the mainstream news media talking about the 18 food processing plants that have burnt down in the last 90 days? Or why ain't they talking about the massive migration of all the migrants crossing into the border? I mean, they're literally taking busloads of migrants, letting them walk right across the border and dropping them off in states all across the country. How is that okay? How is it okay that they're allowing this? Hundreds of migrants every day just coming in and out, no border at all. What they want is the U.S. to lose its sovereignty, basically. They're handing it all over to the World Health, the WHO, the World Health Organization. And at the same time, it almost looks like they're manufacturing a food crisis. 18 plants, guys, have mysteriously burnt down in the last 90 days. Explain that. One of the biggest poultry companies in the Midwest also burnt down. You know, they handle a good 80% of all of our eggs and all of our chicken, but yet nobody's talking about it. We need to look into this. How Ukraine has basically already lost the war and the U.S. sanctions did absolutely nothing. It actually made the Russian economy better and the American economy worse. And matter of fact, the Russian ruble is the strongest currency in the world as of now. Ukraine's losing over 1,000 soldiers a day. The media is lying to us, telling us that they're winning the war. Biden also told us that the U.S. sanctions would kill the ruble. Like I said, stronger than the dollar. The Biden administration has handed over $54 billion in 4 months to Ukraine, and he has a 36% approval rate. So that means he's got a 58% of disapproval of the Biden administration. Average price per gallon back in 2019 was $2.25. The price today, over $4 a gallon across the country. The inflation rate is at its highest in history since 1981. It's at 8.6%. Energy price rose 34.6%, the most we've seen since 2005. Biden basically put this country back in the Obama days. He literally put us right back to where Obama had us. The hole that Trump got us out of, he put us right back into it. As of right now, from his policies, he's put Russia as number one, the biggest oil exporter in the world. They're not talking about that neither. A lot of people, you don't hear nobody talking about that. Not only that, Biden attended the new G7 meeting. He was warned by other leaders to quit begging Saudi Arabia for oil. They said, you're not getting it. Quit begging them. The mainstream news media are saying that they're worried about civil war because of this overturn of Roe versus Wade. All over abortion. Everyone wants to talk about it's my body, my choice, unless they're talking about, you know what, the old jabberoo. And that's where we all need to wake up, because tyranny comes in the form of security and safety. If we give up our freedoms for either or, we'll have neither. New update today for Ghislaine Maxwell. She was sentenced to 20 years in prison with Jeffrey Epstein, or conspiring with Jeffrey Epstein. They gave her 20 years in prison. But the thing is, do you think she's going to do the time? I doubt it. She'll disappear and we'll never hear from her again. And as of right now, we really need to be on the lookout for another major event to happen that will intensify the narrative, whether it's for gun control or Roe v. Wade, one of the two. And we had some breaking news yesterday. Biden got caught on the voicemail of Hunter Biden's phone. And this basically proves he knew what Hunter was doing overseas. All the illegal doings and the hundreds of millions of dollars he's making overseas. I mean, we live in a clown world where people can't define what a woman is. Not only that, the mainstream news media is not even talking about the semi-trucks they keep finding in Texas full of dead migrants. The numbers was in the 50s. News won't even report on it because it shows that there's a real border crisis. Remember, they told us there were no caravans. There were no caravans. Not only that, the gas is so expensive, the cops in major cities can only respond to life-threatening calls. That's crazy. Some cops aren't even leaving the station, so they're not even on patrol. They're only coming out on life-threatening calls. And another thing is we need to look into that shooting in Texas, because the cops stood down for over 77 minutes in the school while there was a shooter inside. At the same time, Democrats want to take our guns, but they've had armed guards following them around for years. These are the same people that live in gated communities, but don't want a border for our country.